So we are up and running. Okay.
Hello there.
Sweet. We are live right now. What's up, chat? What's going on?
Game.
Literally just went live. What's going on?
All right, what's going on? So the game is beginning. You want to share a bit about mental athlete?
Oh, sure.
Do it.
Actually, too, you know what, too, as well. I just realized this. There's an echo slightly on my end in your. Wait, hold on. Mic check. I don't hear it anymore. Wow, it went away. That's actually incredible. So I don't know what happened. There was a slight echo, but we're good now. So we're here, guys, at the Mental Athlete Rapid Chess Championship. I'm FIDE Master James Canty here, joined by National Master Caleb Klinoff. Are you FIDE Master yet? You have him yet or no?
Soon.
Soon. So yeah,
34.
I mean, of course, he's gonna get there, guys. So, of course, we're excited to be here and excited to come with another matchup. Today is matchup C, match C here, and we're here, guys. Of course, another day. We talked a lot about it. You see, I got the product here, the Mental Athlete. I'm a big fan of it. I use it every day. As I always say, he's got the product there too as well. It's kind of sad, but also bittersweet in a way because I hate having to share what's been working for me, but I have to share it with you guys at the same time because it's a cheat code that I'm using that now you can use. So now you guys have an edge like me, which sucks. But at the same time, I love it because, I have to work harder now. So I love it. Glad you guys have it. We got Caleb here to talk about his experience with it too as well. I highly recommend you guys check out the product here too as well. Today, our match is FIDE Master Eric Liu versus FIDE Master William
Oh,
Grafe.
Eric's IM.
Oh, he's
Eric's,
IM now. Oh, snap. Eric just got his,
IM.
bro. That's
Eric's,
nuts. Eric was going crazy. I remember drawing him when he was in FM. That's what I remember. And this was like last year. So he just got IM, which is crazy.
Yeah, Eric's a beast.
He's going crazy.
All right, so I can share a little bit just about the product to get just to set the tone. So I've been playing chess for a very long time, and I would go into tournaments and play online and have a lot of mental fatigue and brain fog, and this is a product that it combines a lot of natural clean ingredients in studied doses, and delivers a real impact without the use of caffeine or stimulants or dangerous things. So, James, maybe we talk about the game and then in a bit get into one or two of the ingredients before we have our co-host come on after
Sure.
the.
After the match. Yeah, sure. I think here, they started, I like Eric's choice here. Shout out to SoMan7. Thanks for 38 months, bro. I see chats going crazy. We also have Turd Ferguson. Guys, hey, listen, check out the product. I'm super hype about it. I'm not even going to lie. I got to tell my boys in the chat. We got the homies here. SoMan7. You got Turd Ferguson. What's up, boys? Hey, listen, guys, I teamed up with Mental Athlete here, and I've been using it ever since. I'm not even going to lie. I've been using it twice a day. It's a cheat code for the brain, and you got some products in there that we'll talk about that's very natural, right? So I highly recommend it, guys. Check it out, okay? Click the link in chat, and you can actually get basically $30 off. It's 25 bucks or whatever, but it goes from 70 to like 49, 45 bucks, something like that. Highly recommend it, guys. Check it out. So as we look at the game here, this was like a B3 type of system or something that happened. Whoa, I just clicked around. There we go. Okay, so that ChatGPT up. All right, so C5. Wait, what happened? Oh, knight f3. Knight f3, b3. Here we go. Here, g6. Bishop g7, e3. Takes. So yeah, I think this is going to be tactical. I'm a big fan of the tactics, as you know, and Grafe is too. And Eric Liu, I think they're all combative players, like we all are. So it's kind of fun to watch this so far. And this is the position now. We have sort of a Larson system or a B3 thing going on with the knight coming into C6, and you got this whole idea. So I think it's pretty awesome. What do you think?
I actually play structures kind of similar to this as a white. I don't really go for b3 too much, but in fact, I also play this from the black side.
Mm-hmm.
I really like the open C file. I would have to say from black. So I actually do like black in these positions. But it's like very, very flexible, from both sides. A lot of plans. You can go a5, a4, yeah. You can go bishop e7, rook c8. A lot going on. Yeah.
Yeah, a5, a4 is definitely obviously an idea. I think you also have bishop d7, rook c8 as you mentioned here. And white can go with a lot of other ideas too. I think black has a nice way of neutralizing this powerful bishop on b2, which is quite annoying. In fact, even though it started as a Larson system with knight f3, b3, it kind of transposed into some type of Sicilian, which we see with c5. here, or some type of D4 opening. It's just a lot of things can transpose here. Black going with the dragon type of setup here. Great for knowing for doing, he's known as Gambit Man on YouTube, so he loves gambits and stuff like that. So playing in his style, something a little bit sharp here. And Eric, on the other hand, I had a chance to play him back in Charlotte when he was a FIDE master. Probably had 2 norms then when I played him, and we drew in a very crazy French defense with the black pieces. I played black. Usually don't play the French, but brought it out that game, and I got it up in exchange, but it was a wild game. Time trouble, offered a draw. So we drew there. Very strong player in Eric Liu, who's now an international master. So no slouch here. Let's see how he develops his back rank.
Yeah. How about I get into one of the ingredients, in fact, the sponsor behind the event?
Sure.
So the sponsor of the event, the people bringing it to you here, are the folks behind Sage Extra at Stratum Nutrition. Sage Extra is pretty much sage has been used for a long time. Like even the Romans used it to, keep them sharper. What Sage Extra has done with their ingredient is they have taken a specific acid from the sage plant called rosmarinic acid, and they've standardized it to allow for cognitive focus and cognitive fuel effects that happen instantaneously, similar to that of caffeine, but without the crashes. So I'll even share one of the studies they conducted, which you can find on our science page by going through James' link to the science page.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the studies they did was they pretty much took 20 people, if I got that right, between 12 and 25 years old, and they gave them on a piece of paper a bunch of words, some long, some short, and they gave the people 1 minute to memorize as many words as possible. So the people, they looked, and then after, they wrote down as many as they remembered on another piece of paper. So they had a group that was a placebo and a group that took the Sage Extra. The group that took the Sage Extra performed much, much, much better. They had significant improvements, and that study you can find on the science page. So I can get into, in fact, you can even go through the QR code on the bottom right of the stream. James, what do you think is developing here in the game?
In the game so far, actually a few moves happened. Let's actually go back to see kind of what happened here. Let me do this. Okay, here we go. So there was actually, we looked at this a5, and then a3 happened, bishop to f5 with obviously the diagonal knight b to d2, and then rook to c8, putting pressure on the c2 pawn. No real tactics yet, like bishop takes c2, followed by some type of discovery with knight d4 or something, but really nothing there. So rook to c1, which defends the c2 pawn, and then d5. So a really interesting move, maybe inviting a c4. Maybe he wants to go e5 at some point, but that actually hangs a pawn. Maybe he could have went e5 first, and there's a knight c4. So you may be stopping that too. I think it's a very rich game still with d5. c4 may be a likely move, but I think it's quite equal.
Yeah, I mean, I would say it feels a little bit cramped for Eric, although he's definitely going to break with c4 sometime. But I got to say, I mean, even though Will is a bit of the underdog in terms of FIDE ratings, I got to prefer him here. Like queen b6 maybe?
I actually do like queen b6. I do like the queen b6 move right now. In fact, it hits the bishop. If bishop takes, maybe take with the pawn to connect some pawns, try to c5, e6, maybe bolster and stuff like that. So what's going on, chat? NJ and L size says, yeah, hello. And yeah, in the chat, what's going on, guys? How are you? Welcome to the first.
Chat, if you guys have any questions about the product, feel free to ask about ingredients. Feel free to hit us with anything.
Yeah, sure, guys. Hit us up. What you think about the product? What do you guys have questions on? See if I can say
all right. So, all right. How about I get into another one of the ingredients that we've got here? As the game's still, it's still in the early stages. So, one of the things that James and I are against here is caffeine. Caffeine will make you jittery, and it will. Actually, you can check out last stream. We had a scientist, Sam Robson, who went in depth about the dangers of caffeine. That was a master class.
Yeah, that was great.
But one of the ingredients we have is L-theanine. And what L-theanine is meant to do is it's supposed to mellow and smooth out the effects of the jitteriness and the anxiousness that can come from anything in life. And I mean, think about when like you're playing a blitz game, you got like 30 seconds on the clock, and you know your heart's going crazy. I mean, James, you play like 30 second.
Yeah.
You definitely know that feeling. The stress actually, what it does is it basically, like, imagine there are pathways in your brain for messages to go. It just like chops that path and like puts a tree down in it, and it doesn't let that stuff happen. And there are plenty of studies on L-theanine on our science page that you can check out, but that's another really, really powerful ingredient in this product.
What's the difference between that and caffeine? In fact, the biggest difference.
So
Caffeine has the crashes, I assume.
I would say the biggest difference is they both will increase your, let's just say, alertness and focus. What L-theanine in comparison will do is L-theanine will allow for those effects to go longer and smoother. Caffeine, it's going to be a very rocky road. It's going to be a lot of bumps up here, and you can get into a vicious cycle, especially if you use it in high doses in some of those bad energy drinks of, you know, a peak and a crash and a peak and a crash. And I mean, especially if you're playing long tournament games.
Yeah.
It's definitely
6-hour games. In fact, there's a great question in chat, but I'm going to say actually dive into the game real quick, and then we're going to answer the questions in chat. We have one about Aphenine and plus theanine and caffeine from NJ there. So real quick, in the game, we actually did find there's a lot of developments after queen d6, c4, c5 hits the queen. Queen comes back to b8 here. There's also 10-0, guys. There is no increment. Remember, first to 2.5 wins the match here. So you use time as a weapon or as a piece, as I like to say, as well. So queen to e2, everybody's developed here. We have knight a7 hitting the bishop. Bishop goes back to d3, knight e4. Nice idea. Trade of the bishops, and then knight e5. Queen, or knight d4, queen to e5, allowing this to capture. He takes with the g-pawn. Love it. Definitely love it. Opening the g-file here, too, as well. Knight f3, queen f6, b4. Moves are flying in. Knight c6 hits the pawn. Queen b2, he's hitting the pawn again. Might be a rook b1 that's played. He moved the queen out of the way, hit the bishop. And here we are in a live position. Now, well, Caleb, first, what do you think about the game? And then we can get to those questions in chat.
Let me answer that question really quick, because the game is definitely going to get into the time scramble quickly. That is an amazing question, NJ. So caffeine and L-theanine is the classic combo. Yeah. You've probably got hundreds or maybe even thousands of product that uses that combo. So what people say is it basically is like L-theanine does all the stuff that prevents the... Basically, L-theanine prevents the bad stuff from caffeine, but it's actually been found in studies that L-theanine can only mitigate about 50%, half of the damage that will be done by caffeine. And if you, in the long term, it's just not the way to go. And part of why this product is so powerful is that the ingredients used here simulate the effects of caffeine, but don't give you the crash. Let's see how this game though is, because it looks like players are getting low on time here.
Absolutely, players are getting low on time. I'm actually posting on socials right now for you guys. I'm posting on Instagram to let people know. Of course, use my code JamesC3 to get 33% off, aka $25. Goes from like $70 to like less than $50. That's a lot there. It's a big difference. When I figured that out, I was like, I'm about to buy a bottle even though I get them for free. Basically, that's a lot of big discount. James C3, get it right now. I'm actually posting on socials to do that while watching this game. What's up, Louisa Grace? Hello, how are you? Good to see you in chat. There, that is actually my wife, guys. So just so you know, she's in chat watching from the hospital here as we just had a new baby. So. Yes, shout out to her. Thank you. So e6, and which defends the pawn, and then king h8 and rook over to g8, stuff like that. So hitting b4. I think black has some dynamicism here. I definitely love the g file being open, but with time being low like this, really anything can happen. Congrats, Canty. Thank you. Let's go. What's up, A-Rock? See you in the chat as well.
I mean, James, this might be crazy, but I'm thinking like we got to get a rook to g8, knight or a knight to d3, but the king I don't know, like if that F file gets open, and that's exactly what Eric's trying to do here. This could really devolve into some madness. You
Yes,
know.
in fact, it actually is quite mad with the F3 is going to break this up. Maybe the rook starts to lift. Who's king is wait who's attacking who is one of these kind of
Man,
ideas here.
this is a crazy one.
Someone7 actually send me a message and say fix merch link because I think actually I couldn't find it, but the merch is now under new merch because that I don't have that URL anymore. It's actually under this like this new merch, and then we have obviously use command mental. Let's go.
Yeah.
Lock in.
In fact, after this game, I want to share one of the groundbreaking studies done on L-theanine, which differs our product from the others using caffeine. But for now, I mean, James, if you had to place your bets, who do you think's getting mated here?
Woo. Okay, now let me think. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. No, I'm kidding. In fact, I think she's made it.
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm actually gonna go with black meeting white because I feel like that's rook h. That's queen h4. No, but it's just hard to coordinate. The rook is weird on f4. So is knight g6 almost trapping it? Mated wise, I think black is actually okay. I love playing these kind of positions from black's standpoint.
I mean, knight g6, rook d4, takes. Not maybe e5.
Yeah,
e5,
that's true. e5. D4 is really weak though. Rook D8, but then he got these passers. B and C could be passed.
Ooh, what do you? Yeah, Rook A8. That's what I was thinking. Rook E8, Rook A2, get in there.
Yeah. As there he goes. Man, still got the pawns on him. Exactly. Always got the pawns on me. Always at all times. Yes, sir. Keep the pawns on me. Pawn check. Always. Let's go.
Queen C2.
Queen
Rook
C2.
D2. There's Queen C3. Kind of getting to those pawns. If I were right, I would probably go Queen D2 here, trying to get the queens off as fast as possible.
Yeah, but that could go either way. I think too as well with the pawn weaknesses for both sides. Time getting very low. Here we go. Queen to B2. Rook A2 coming next.
Yeah, very natural. Rook B1 though. I mean, you can just keep on pushing the queen around. This could end in a draw. I mean, it's unlikely, but we'll see.
Yeah, especially with the clock getting lower. Now, if I am Eric here, I'm trying to flag.
White might be
exactly. Eric, yes, correct. And Eric trying to flag. 92 is an incoming fork that he shouldn't miss. He shouldn't. We should say that because sometimes they do end up missing the crazy forks here. But the knight also coming around in D5 is quite strong here. So either way, it could be either way. B5 could be a weak pawn. B6, maybe C6. Lots of ideas.
Yeah, King F2, Rook A2. You're going to get the G pawn, and I don't know if I have too much faith in the promotion of the C pawn.
Correct.
I don't know. Very tricky.
I might have to bring this back to C2, actually, just controlling everything.
Yeah, that looks very good. Though there is Rook A1, King F2, Knight D3, getting the
and he goes Knight D3 first, threatening a weird checkmating threat.
Ooh, that is a very good move. I got to say, I think Will is definitely playing at a very high level this game.
Absolutely. He's definitely playing a high level takes, but he might be getting that pawn right back. Maybe not. Rook A4 is possible, but can you hold it? How long can you really sit here? Is he saying 95? Yeah, but you're stuck is what he says. It's like, cool, yeah, I see you defended. You got your little pawn, but you're stuck, and this is now a time scramble.
Oh, man. Maybe. Ooh, this is very tricky.
Knight C6 takes, and we could have a draw. This is looking draw-like, boys and girls. But, I mean, well, anything can happen when you get under 30 seconds here, where they call it dirty flag here. Flag is a flag, is a flag. Doesn't matter how you get it. It matters if you got it done. But here goes a pawn that is under fire.
Yeah, let's just see how this one plays out.
Wait, did he?
Oh, no.
Did he? Wait, what happened? Was that a mouse slip? Oh my goodness.
He must have meant Rook B5.
Oh, it hurts. And, for me, I was like, I know pawns don't go backwards here, but, like, maybe I'm looking at the board wrong. The first thing I thought was maybe I'm looking at the board wrong and that rook was defended. But no, I was that was correct.
Bruh.
That one hurts. All right,
so next game should be starting soon. But, all right, I would love to share one of the studies behind L-theanine that, really differentiates us from the other products out there. So I mean, L-theanine as one of the most common ingredients is commonly used at a dosage of 200 milligrams. So a group actually, so a group conducted a study. It was the University of Newcastle and Texas Tech Health Center. So they were interested to see what is the most optimal dosage of L-theanine. So they put together 3 doses, 100 milligrams, 200, and 400, and a placebo. And they tested the participants, 27 healthy adults, on attention. So just quick attention tasks. Chess would be a perfect example, though they probably didn't use that. So what they showed, they measured brain responses to look at how quickly the brain reacted to the task at hand. And what they found was that the group that took 400 showed quicker brain responses compared to not only the placebo group, but also the 100 and 200 milligram groups. And what they gathered from this is that 400 milligrams is the optimal dosage of L-theanine. So when you see products out there, a great thing to look for is not only the ingredients they use, but how much they use of them. That matters so much because, you know, it's expensive to put, you know, the optimal doses in your product, but it makes all the difference. And you've got tons of products out there that use 20 ingredients, but you can't find a single study to back what they're saying because they're not using the ingredients or the doses found in the studies. So for all you viewers out there, if, you know, I encourage you to, when you look at our product, do your research, look at another product or two and see the doses that they're using and compare them. You know, that's the best piece of advice I would give when you're pressure testing our product against others.
What is the optimal time to take product? We talked about this yesterday with Jacqueline just a little bit. What is your optimal time? I tell mine, I actually always take it generally between, I actually trade in the financial markets too as well. So I like to trade futures. I'm also creating CHESSABLE courses. I'm working out heavy. I'm boxing. So all of this helps me a lot in the morning. So usually I take it right with my breakfast in the morning, as I usually have a protein shake and like something light, some carbs, maybe some eggs too as well. And then I'll take my vitamins usually, like I'll take some turkesterone and then also some zinc and a daily vitamin. And then I'll take my tablet as well. Usually around 8:30, 9 in the morning is when I'm taking my first dosage, and then I wait the 6 hours to take the second one to power me through the second half of the day. What about you?
So personally, I am a guy who likes to take it immediately before the task I'm doing at hand. That is in fact 100% due to the ingredient Sage Extra, because they've proved in studies that this stuff works really fast. It gets into your blood brain barrier, and it goes really fast. And one of the things very interesting about this product that, you know, if you try it, you'll find out, is it's not a pill. It is a tablet. I'll show you right here. It's a tablet, and the beautiful thing about a tablet is that the ingredients get into your system like that. It's with a pill, it takes some time, but here you're gonna feel it, I would say, within the first 15 minutes. So I would say optimal time is really just take it right before you think you're gonna be doing your task. And not only that, you should be taking it daily, because there is another ingredient called cognizin, which I could get into, but how about we, you know, maybe check out the game a little bit, and then I can give.
Yeah, well, I think Grafe is cooking right here. I think the problem was he went for this Nimzovitz defense type of play, right? Knight c3, so he sacks a pawn. Grafe loves sacking pawns, so it's type of Scandinavian with a pawn sack. So knight b5 happens, hits the queen. Queen b6 happens. Bishop b3 hits the queen. And then after check, he goes bishop d2. I actually thought c3 and b4 was kind of hard to stop, but I do like this bishop d2 idea. And then after queen b6, which I'm assuming he's going to play here, he hasn't moved yet. But after queen b6, I don't know, how do you defend against a4, a5? Oh, I see a way. Maybe you can give up 2 pieces for it. But a4, queen b6, queen b6, a4. Maybe he goes a5. Oh, but then bishop e3. Yeah, he's in trouble here. A4, A5 is really strong. He goes knight
Wow.
B4. I don't know. Wow, this is insane.
No, no,
What
no.
is going on here?
I,
What is this?
I mean, Eric did seem to weasel his way out of the last one in what seemed like a really not pleasant middle game. But I mean, this just does
This
not seem
has to
right.
be wrong. Queen
I mean,
C4.
okay. First off, I'm thinking there could be knight takes C7 here, right?
At the very
That's
least.
a pawn. So knight takes C7, king D8. Bishop takes B4, queen takes C3, and the queen guards B2, and I think that's game over, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So
that's rough.
queen takes B4, and that's a pawn.
That's a pawn.
Right.
That's it. But he actually
Oh,
gets the pawn back.
right. Oh, I did not see that. Oh, okay. I mean, oof.
I like queen C4. But no, he could go like, ooh, yeah, queen C4 is really strong. Bishop takes, queen takes. He goes knight C6, though. Yeah, that's kind of annoying. And A3 doesn't work because of knight C2 and queen A4. Can you really get away with that?
I mean, this could be prep. I mean, that would be crazy, but this might be one of those lines that's like minus point two, and it looks
And he's
ridiculous.
okay, yeah. Knight C3, double check. King here, check again. Somehow he's getting out of this. Queen D4 check. Unbelievable. He's out. What a variation. Jeez. This is crazy. You got to play like this sometimes.
Your variations. I'm not gonna lie.
Man, I love vicious stuff. I love fun stuff like this, but man, this is just wild, to say the least.
All right. So while Will thinks here, maybe I can give a little briefing on why this product is not only good to take immediately before your cognitive task, but also daily. So cognizin is an ingredient that's been researched for about the past 50 years. It was it's a patented form of something called choline or acetylcholine, which is something that you find in eggs and meat that is very important for, building the pathways in your brain and just strengthening it. But when you eat something like eggs or meat, you get an amount that's nowhere near to the amount that you should be getting, and that you can process well. So cognizin is very good for strengthening the pathways in the brain, boosting long-term memory and attention. And you can actually our scientist who's coming on for the next round can definitely give us a bit of a briefing. But additionally, tomorrow we have the head of sales and head of sports, I think head of sports or sports management from Cognizant coming to join us live to speak a bit. So that will be one to definitely tune in for.
Exciting to hear about, and exciting to be a part of this incredible feature and this incredible product here in Mental Athlete, guys. I've been using it and I've just been better. I've been sharper, and it's with natural ingredients, which is what I love about too as well. Kind of keeps me off of caffeine, which is great because caffeine gives you that crash, and we all know it's coming. We all love it, oh, caffeine, and then you get that crash. But I've now have a product that I've had no crash with. I enjoy taking, and I'm sharper than I've ever been, and that is in Mental Athlete, guys. Of course, go to mentalathlete.gg/GMCanty. Use the link in chat if you watch it from YouTube. Obviously, it's in the description, and you can get 33% off using my code JamesC3. It's basically $25 off, going from 73 to around 45, just under $50. Definitely worth it. Cecily, let me know how it works for you too. I know some of you guys ordered already, so when you get your product, let me know how it works for you. Love to hear it. In the meantime, Grave still has not moved here, which is a critical moment. Totally understand. Yeah. There's a lot going on.
I mean, in 10-0, this is what just comes back to bite you in the end. Like, if I were him, I might have just tried to... Wow.
He went for the knight c7. Yeah, he just got the pawn back.
Yeah, that seems like the decision that should have been made like a minute and a half ago. But now it's probably, close to equal. I mean... Maybe.
Yeah, the worst might be over for him. For him, meaning Eric. Eric was really in a weird situation, but I think he's doing. He's obviously doing much better now. So,
Eric,
no problem.
A5, Bishop C3, Knight F6. Yeah, I mean it looks very balanced here.
Mm-hmm. The problem is White needs to figure out how to develop. His pieces are a little bit weird.
He might have to go queenside because you waste a move with that felt like it was coming. But now maybe. E6, B5, B4. This
Yeah.
could get scary. This could definitely get scary.
Very well, very well. G4, G5, knight h3 is kind of weird because I can't develop the way I want to. Not to my natural squares. I like the provocative play that Eric chose here to give him a time edge. I knew G4 was coming, but yeah, it's just a provocative way to get a time edge here. Grave wasn't able to find really anything super good here or productive, so he's now in this situation where, okay, yeah, he has some time. Or in fact, he's up time, Eric is, but he wasn't able to get anything from the opening, and the pawn got back. We do have two bishops. They have two bishops. Yeah, Eric survived.
Wow. I mean, this looks like one of those games that is gonna get crazy, but it also might come down to time because I mean, will is low and it is early in the game. I mean, very low. But how about I share one of the studies on cognizant? I mean, I don't want to overwhelm the viewers, but we'll share this one game before we take our break in a second to have the guest speaker. So they did a study where they took 75 healthy teenage males who took either 250 milligrams or 500 milligrams of cognizine or placebo for 28 days. And they wanted to see how fast they could respond and finish tasks. These were relatively simple tasks, but they gave it to them very fast. It was like boom, boom, boom.
And before you go forward, what is cognizant? And then finish
Great question.
with that sentence.
So cognizin is a patented form of citicoline. It's an ingredient, as I said, found in a lot of protein sources, but found in a lot of protein sources, and the developers behind it they've put millions of dollars into researching it, conducting clinical trials. The company name is KYLO. They started in Japan, are now in New York City, and that's basically what it is. It's an ingredient that you find in nature that they have put in tons of effort into studying and have found real benefits.
Amazing. And now with your story,
they
grabbed the guys.
They compared 250, 500, and the placebo, and they found that the people who took the cognizin helped them stay more focused and act less impulsive, which is like kind of acting without thinking. So they actually found, which is so applicable to chess players. So sometimes you find a move, you want to make it just like that,
right,
and you take a second, you're like, hold on, I found another candidate move. This is something that can actually help in that forming of candidate moves process, which is something I never even expected. How could that help? But it really does get into the neural pathways and can help you slow down and make those smarter decisions.
It's nice because you need to be able to slow down, guys, and focus, right? I think one thing we talked about with this product is it sharpens that, and I always like to talk about that when I'm talking with anyone basically about the product, and how it just sharpens my focus, and I am laser locked in when it comes to either chess or analyzing the markets or studying chess myself, or even doing whatever I'm doing. I just notice I feel better. It's clean energy, I should say, rather than feeling the borrowed energy that we get from caffeine, where you do have to give that energy back. That's where the crash comes in. So definitely feel the power of the product here in Mental Athlete, where I don't have that anymore. So it's nice. I will be using it every 6 hours. I always use my 2 doses per day, and I'm feeling good. And we get right, guys. So highly recommend you try it yourself. Let me know what you think. How is it working for you? Right, we are mental athletes here. That's what we want. Our special guest today will be talking more about being a mental athlete too, as well, once he comes on. So be prepared for it.
So this is very sharp. Almost feels like a Sicilian.
Yeah, in a way. Exactly. And A-Rock has a great idea in chat. He says bishop takes d5. Yeah, there's almost exactly. There was this idea that I was saying too as well. If he gets f5 in, if he can play f5 now and then go for that idea, absolutely. With bishop takes d5, I'm going to draw arrows so you guys can get better at calculating. Rook takes, pawn takes, and then bishop d4, before this bishop was here, was going to be attacking the queen with a discovered check, but he could block it with queen e6. So that's what he's saying in chat, but there's an f5 now that we can try. And wait, does it work? It kind of works now. He was going for it, but rook takes, which he goes for, he does it.
Oh,
He
wants
went
bishop
for it.
d4.
He wants bishop d6 maybe.
Ooh.
Is he just winning? Oh, there's king c6. Oh my goodness. This is an incredible game, boys and girls. Here we go. But he went bishop g7. The counter check. Well, did you play that quite quickly?
I was thinking bishop d4 actually was the well. Then king d7 though.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
They played this very fast. Like he was just waiting for this whole sequence to happen here. They both are on it. Oh my goodness, what a game. Minute and a half here. Playing very quickly. Grave has to move.
Black might just be winning here because of d4.
Yeah, d4's coming. D4's coming. But he can't castle, so there's always compensation, I believe. I'm always wait, he can castle. Wait a second. Yeah, he didn't move anything. He didn't move rook or king. It is possible. We'll see it. What's up, Crash Dummy Rich? Good to see you, bro.
Yeah, there it is. Castles.
Super interesting idea. Knight f3. He's down in exchange, but with some compensation. And the compensation is in the form of the king here. f6 could be kicking the bishop away. If this sacrifice doesn't work, then black is just better.
Yeah,
Here,
that bishop is creating a lot of counterplay, you know, and taking away that escape route for the king. Like a queen d3, queen f5, maybe something like that.
yeah, this is a nice idea. Queen d3, queen f5. I do like this move g5, which stops f6 from happening, keeps the bishop square where it is. Queen d3, hitting h7, also queen f5. Possible will be blocked with queen e6. But Grave needs to move, and he is low on time. He is under a minute here. Guys, remember, there is no increment, so you need to be moving quickly.
Bishop d6. d1, I don't know if I'm a huge fan of that. But maybe it's... I was thinking like bishop d4, maybe keep the bishops on the board. I don't know.
This is a Rocks in chat says this is where taking those 3 minutes on one move hurts, starts hurting. Well, not for Eric. Eric is the one that is uptime. That was when Grave spent 3 minutes thinking. I know what you mean, though, A Rocks. Yeah.
Let's
William
see.
is the one
Eric's got time here to really think about it. Maybe like what's a solid move here?
Yeah,
Maybe
William's playing. Sorry, A-Rex. It's not flipped. Like, I can't flip-flop it like how chess.com does because they got all that stuff. Yeah, I know what you mean for Grave. Yeah. Yeah. It looks like if you're looking only at the cameras, it looks like Grave's playing black, but Grave is actually playing white.
Queen d3. Yeah, I mean, maybe he gets that H-pawn and some stuff happens there. I would not count him out here. Also, he's drawn the time difference back a lot.
He is. In fact, Queen H7 is a legit idea. Takes and try to run this pawn. And so he stops him. He's like, you know what? I don't want any of that, but I'm going to go H4 anyway. Insist. And if bishop takes, knight takes E5, get that rook off. You know, queen takes, and I get a pawn. You know, I'm feeling good. Knight H4, same idea. Even immediate. Wow, he gives it back, but in a mating idea. Oh, that was a blunder.
Oh,
that was a blunder. He might have missed that one.
There's queen F5, queen E6. Yeah, I think that's it. Well, no, because
queen F5 is strong though. Yeah, queen E6 you do. Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
You can take with a rook.
Oh, yeah. He can take it anyway. 97 check.
Oh,
the Tactinos, Los Tactinos, mis amigos.
Wow. But he's got no time.
Oh my goodness, 97 played quickly. Takes. He's back in the game. Who's winning what here? Knight takes H4, defending G5. Who was in the driver's seat? It's actually equal after all of that, but I think I would give it to white due to the shock factor of what just happened. Rook to F1. Okay, he goes knight H6, hitting the pawn. 19 seconds for Grave here. He is playing bullet. 17 seconds. 16. He is going to flag.
Wow, F6 is one of those nasty little moves. Just hits you.
Yeah, that's nasty. He is going to flag, boys. Grave is not playing much bullet. You have to be moving so fast here. It's just instantaneous things here. Seems like Grave he's really under some fire. That was a good move though. Still finding good moves. Rook F1. If you move, I go rook takes F6. 9.7 seconds. Will he flag, chat? What do you think? Will he flagged? I know one thing. Grave did take his mental athlete right before, guys. So it's actually kicking. I mean, you can see it's kicking in right now, okay? You can see it's kicking in. He actually did. Yeah, he used his mental athlete.
Can he get a draw? Can he win? I don't know. Oh, it's a scramble. Let's see.
Oh, he could have drawn it. Oh, flag. It was so close.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. What a game. That was incredible. 1-1 with 2 more games.
All right, so now we're going to have our host join.
Wow. That was amazing. Hey, what's up, guys? Hold on. Don't say anything yet. We got him on. We got him here. I'm going to actually maximize it a little bit, make the camera a little bigger for both of you guys. What's going on?
Good to be here with y'all. Thanks.
Josh, you coming in too or no?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
All right, cool. Josh, there you go. Caleb, are you coming back or no?
Caleb's coming back. He'll be back right after, I think.
Okay, cool. Awesome. No problem.
He's here alongside me. Eric, William, pleasure to be here with you guys. Thank you, guys. And audience, thank you. So what I'd love to share with y'all is this thing that James has been talking about called Mental Athlete. Mental Athlete is a nutritional supplement that Caleb and I designed over the last year with chess players and scientists who are leading in the nutritional supplement industry with one purpose: to help chess players expand their potential by improving their focus, your memory, and your mental energy. The reason we called it Mental Athlete is because if you're trying to win a game with your brain, you're a mental athlete. You all know physical athletes, and they win their game with their bodies. That's their instrument. And there's a big similarity between mental athletes and physical athletes. We use our instrument to win the game. There's also a big difference. Physical athletes invest massively in expanding the potential of their instrument through supplements, through nutrition, through hydration, and so on. One thing that Caleb, who's been a chess player since age 6, now 17, realized is that it seems like virtually no one in the chess world is actually showing up like a mental athlete. They're not investing in expanding the potential of their instrument, their brain. They're all playing the game like physical athletes, but how do you expand your potential? So you take someone like Tom Brady. Everybody looks at this legend and says, how's he do it? Well, here's a guy who treats his body like a temple. He has a dedicated expert who prepares his food and his nutritional supplement regimen. That person happens to be a good friend of mine. And it's no wonder that he's endured for so long as a peak performance athlete, expanding his potential. If you want to be a professional, if you're serious about your game, then that's what you do. If you're a dilettante, you don't care, you're just playing around, moving some pieces, mental athlete is not for you. You're not a mental athlete. If, like the Tom Brady's, if like people who take their craft seriously as a heart attack, you want to expand the potential of your brain, you're a mental athlete. This product was designed for you. So yes, these are tablets that you take, but they're more than tablets. This is an upgrade for your mind. That's what we're talking about here. So I'd love to check in, James, with you with a question. I'll come back to actually what are the ingredients and why are they so devastatingly powerful? But you've been taking this. What's your actual experience like? Your visceral experience? Because I know you've been saying, I need more of this, I need more. Man, this stuff is fuel. I took it before my world championship chess boxing match, and I'm the world champion. But what's the experience like?
Yeah, for me, actually, I have used, and I was a caffeine guy, which I mean everyone is. You know, usually you drink some caffeine just to get that power up. You're tired, you're fatigued, you want to focus. Everyone wants this, right? Especially as chess players, we use a lot of tea and a lot of coffee. If you go to tournaments, that's what it is: teas and coffees. And you're looking just whatever that edge will take. In fact, even coffee is a way. They would kind of use sometimes coffee as a performance enhancing drug, right? Because coffee will help you get that hype or that focus, basically, to say the least. So for me, when I used this product, I didn't have any crash. What I noticed, one of the first things is that I was focused for a long period of time. And I was sitting down, and every time I focus with it, every time I use it, and I take the product, I have an extreme focus. I expect that now because I've been using the product maybe 2-3 months now, and I've been, I expect a certain focus, and I'm excited to take it because I know what it does for me. At first, I was like, okay, let's just try it. I know it's great ingredients. I take creatine already, but it hits differently, especially with the sage and the L-theanine that's in it, which is, I'm big on amino acids and stuff, but I wasn't taking, a separated version of L-theanine that I'm taking now. And also sage, I was never taking sage extra in it, which is even better, right? So knowing what's in it, it actually, and it comes from the earth, like it's great, it's actually natural. That is a big thing for me that I loved about it. I also love the fact that I can take it twice a day. So once, once the 6 hours, my 6 hour mark is where I check it. I mark it. I'm like, okay, if I take it at 9, I take it again around here 4 p.m. so I can take it again to get my next boost of of just focus and clarity. Usually you only take it when you want to do something strenuous or do something focus wise. For instance, for me, playing chess, studying chess, in the markets too as well. I'm creating Chessable courses. I'm a busy guy, so I need to stay laser locked and focused, right? But when I have it, I know that I get more work done than I've ever had before. I'm a power user is what I like to say. I'm a hyper user, and how you do anything is how you do everything. So I'm very extreme when it comes to everything that I do. So when I take it and I'm like, oh, I can do this, I've done this, I'm just hyper alert, but not in a way that's jittery that you get from coffee, right? I still get that, a bigger coffee feel and more focus, and I feel better rather than having, you get jitters and your hand starts to shake when you have, 6 espresso shots, as they talked about yesterday with Sam was talking about, a guy taking 6 espresso shots, which is incredible. That's crazy, and your hands start to shake when you take that much caffeine. I haven't had any of that basically at all, and the clarity on it is absolutely next level. So highly recommended. I always tell people, listen, I'm jealous that I'm telling you this right now because I know how it works for me. I don't want you to have this competitive edge because now I have to work harder, but I have to give it to you because it's out now. So that's my story. I stick by it. I'm pro team mental athlete, baby. Go get it right now. James C3, use the code right now.
Yeah, it's only going to get better. So it's accretive. As you start getting your body acclimated to it, it starts building a foundation, and your potential starts to expand. So we'll get into how that works ingredient by ingredient, and I'll just give it a kind of high level today because people are just getting initiated to this. But this is your chance to change the game. Literally, if you see yourself as a mental athlete and not a dilettante, this is the opportunity to start expanding your brain's functioning, right? So think about it like a computer upgrade. Basically, your brain is very much like a computer. It has a certain processing speed. And what happens with any computer, if you've noticed with older computers, they start to get hot. They overheat when they're trying to process too much too quickly. If you upgrade your computer, it stays cool. And you're improving your ability to process more information quickly. You've also got RAM, that random access memory in computers. If you have 8 MB RAM versus 64 versus 128, it's a different ballgame altogether. This is your chance to expand your memory. So when we look at that study KYLO mentioned earlier, I did that firsthand. So you get 1 minute, you look at a random word list, 20 words long. I remembered 5. I took mental athlete, I got 8. Thought maybe I got better taking the test because I'm a stats junkie. So then I waited till the mental athlete died down. I took it again. I got 5. Took mental athlete and I got 9.
That's
I was nearly double the capacity in terms of my recall. It is something you've got to experience in order to appreciate how you're playing with an old computer system, and it's time for an upgrade. So your mind is very much, your brain is very much like a muscle. It's an organ in the body, and the way these ingredients work, let's take a look at the first one. So muscles basically grow stronger if you train them, right? Mm-hmm. But they require a certain amount of rest. If you don't fuel them, you start to get micro tears. But with good fuel, you build resilience. The same thing is happening here when you take Cognizant. So that's ingredient 1. Let's take a look at.
Yeah.
This gives you something called ATP. ATP is what fuels your thinking. Just like carbs fuel your muscles. So it's like creatine for the brain. And what it does is it synthesizes something called phospholipids. These are essential to the cell membranes in your brain. And this is how the neurons in your brain communicate much better. So That's ingredient number one. Ingredient number two, just at a high level, is sage extra. Now, this is a standardized extract. It's 6 times more powerful than just sage itself. And what this does, it improves your accuracy and it reduces mental fatigue for any attention-based task. And it starts working within minutes. It lasts 6 hours.
Yeah, definitely.
Devastatingly effective ingredient.
Yeah.
Right. And so I'd love to hear your experience with this. But just to round it out, L-theanine, this doesn't sedate your mind, but it keeps it calm. So it promotes something called alpha brainwaves. And these are associated with a calm focus, nice and calm and cool. So you're getting that computer upgrade for your brain without the reboot. You don't have to worry about all sorts of craziness. It's just continually increasing, gets better. And it sounds like you're experiencing that. James, I'd love to hear a little bit more about your experience with other stuff and how this compares to them. And then William, Eric, if you had a chance to try it, what your experience with this is. Any thoughts?
Actually, in fact, what we're going to do here too is we're going to add you to the Zoom call right after, because you're in the meets call, which I just realized. So because you're in the meets call, they actually started their game. So we're going to have, as soon as this game is finished, we're going to have you talk to them right after this is done. So we'll just join into the Zoom call. But for me, I mean, my experience basically with it, you mentioned calm, and that's one thing that I said, or that I felt, actually. I feel calm, but like it's weird because you're calm, but I'm also hyper focused. Like I'm focused, but I'm calm. And that's kind of the best you can be, even for boxing too, as well. Like when I was, I made sure I have my product on hand when I was out there and became a world champion in Serbia, guys. You already know, with chess boxing, I definitely took it before the round to make sure I was sharp because of the chess, and you need to stay calm and breathe and also be alert because people are throwing their hands at your face. So you need to be ready and sharp, mental, but also physically, right? So it was very nice for me. I literally, guys, I've had nothing but great experiences with this, and I'm not like a guy that is I don't take a lot of stuff, so I'm not around like, oh, this, I like that. Like, I'm very, very cautious and read ingredients, right? Even when I go to a grocery store, like I just read stuff. I'm if it has a lot of ingredients in it, like this, oh, nope, I don't know what that word is, or like red 40 and all that. I read that stuff, guys. So it's important, to know what's going inside of your body, because what goes in your body is obviously what comes out physically, mentally, how your performance is. And if you want to be a high performing athlete, right, or just a high performer in your field, this is something to be using literally every day. Since I've gotten the product, I've used it every day. Every 6 hours, I time it, because I'm excited to take it, to get that new boost, to get some work done, especially if I don't feel like doing work that day or I'm tired. I take my tablet and I'm locked in. It's going to happen, guys. It really happens for you. So it's happened for me. I hope the best for you guys too, and that you have the same experience that I did. Every player has been using it actually too in the event. So we're gonna talk to Eric and William right after this game here. So what we're gonna have you do, Josh, is anything else you want to say to obviously to everyone watching, and then we're gonna add you into the Zoom call, and you can just chill around and wait till I finish with this game, and then we'll go from there.
Right on.
Perfect.
All right.
Oh.
Let's check out the game here.
Yeah, Josh. He was actually in the Caleb. He was in the meet. So we're gonna move him over to the Zoom so he can talk to the players there. Perfect. Have him join. You can just send him that link there, Caleb.
I will.
The Zoom. Okay, perfect, sweet. And then once his game is up, we'll have him in there talking to the players, and we good. We good. I'm actually curious to see. This is a wild game. Once again, I'm actually curious. Oh, this was the same opening.
Yeah, looks similar to the last one. I would, again, I like. I don't know if I love.
This is strange from King F7.
These are not my structure, so I really don't know what's going on here.
Yeah.
I
mean, Rook G8. Hold on, big dog. Rook G8, Knight G4. You have E4. I actually want to shut this bishop down first. Shut the bishop down. Play like Rook G8. Maybe end up sacking. Bring the other rook over. There it is. E4. I wonder if he can. Hold on. Let me make sure I'm muted in the Zoom call. Because the way he just played that so quick. Yes, I am. I am muted in the Zoom call. I just had to be sure. because he played e4. Right. Grave threw all his kingside pawns and the kitchen sink ahead. Exactly. I had to make sure I was muted, Filthy King, because I said e4 and then he played e4. So I am muted. He can't hear me. And then rook g8 was my follow-up.
Rook g8, double. I mean,
king h1.
just double on the g file. Here.
Yeah, rook g4 or rook g6.
In fact, it doesn't work, but like rook g8, almost you can just take g2.
Exactly.
Like, if it could get in there somehow, but that might be what kind of holds back this attack. That light square bishop is kind of locked in. You could slap it on f3 or something. That would be sweet, but it is kind of bottled in. So this is not the easiest attack to make work.
Yeah, it's really not an easy attack at all because my pieces are just kind of, especially my minors. I need to attack. The best attacks are usually when you can use minors and heavies. So, yeah, I saw rook g4, but bishop h3, I wonder if he's going to sacrifice. Knowing William, he likes to sacrifice a lot. He would, but this allows me the easy double. Now bishop h3, okay, we trade everything out. Take. Maybe rook takes in the knight g4 is possible too as well.
How about rook h4 and knight g4?
I like rook h4 actually.
Is that crazy? Maybe
a move.
Because the bishop guards the rook there, so it's a very odd placement. But
this bishop's coming in f6. I actually like black's position. I do like. It feels like black just has a little bit more space and just more prospects. But downtime once again. Grave has to get that time figured out. We saw that yesterday with Linderman versus Lucius. Yeah, Malillo. Yeah.
Yeah, I've even got some queen ideas. I'm trying to think like queen c5, hit the pawn, maybe queen d8, get into h4. I don't know. There's a bunch of ideas here for black. Bishop f6, put some pressure. I'm definitely a fan of black here.
100%. Yeah, bishop f6, it looks really strong. And it looks like Eric is in the think tank here as he is thinking about what does he want to do. Do we want to take? Do we want to play bishop g2? This bishop is really bad, but also this one is too. And the reason is just they're both blocked. Bishops don't want to be blocked.
In fact, it's kind of crazy how much the queen side for Eric is paralyzed. You can't really move the knight because you lose a2, and you can't really move the bishop because you lose the knight. So it's like everything is just kind of stranded. And I think if Will keeps his time up, he's the victor here. I
can see a shuffle type of idea with queen to d2 after bishop f6, which is highlighting the fact that you said the knight and the pawn. But then if bishop takes c3, then you maybe could take back with the bishop, which queen defends a2. There's something there. And then if there it is, queen to d2, and now if queen c5 or queen b6, you can always probably answer with bishop c1 or even knight to d1 to try to defend the e3 pawn.
Yeah. That's a good point. I'm thinking about ideas like sacking on like bishop d8, but you lose d6. I love to sack on e3 and pin the queen. A little hard to get that off here. d5, yeah, setting up, taking on e3. I like that.
d5, very strong move. Takes, and yeah, it seems like I'm gonna say this again. I think William Grave did take his mental athlete.
He did.
I think he took his. Eric, we were like, hey, Eric, did you take it? And I don't think Eric did. I think Eric was like, yeah, I'm going to take it. I'm not sure. We'll ask him. Excuse me. But, yeah, we can see Grave is super locked in. They both are here. But I think, maybe Grave may have an edge. We don't know. Whoa, knight takes. Whoa.
No.
I mean, I could take on a2. That was a cool move, though. It's actually a very cool move, though. Yeah, it's a cool move. It was very strong, actually, but queen to a2. I don't know if that is even strong now after that. This b3's hanging out. Yeah, that might have been a blunder.
Yeah, that's a great find. It's a classic knight tactic, with the knight taking the pawn, defending the piece. I love that.
Opposite color bishops. Who's mating who? Whoa, can I even get a perpetual? Hold on, buddy. I might have to run for the heels.
Oh,
and then hope for a perpetual.
Very ugly.
Yeah, I'm going to have to run for the heels. Like king something right here. Allow a check. Allow like 2 checks. Get out of there.
Yeah.
Queen b6. Okay, yeah, same idea. Get out the way.
That's risky.
This is scary. Look at this pawn. Is g6 something? Wait a second. Oh my goodness. This could get...
What do you think about queen f6, king e8, bishop d4? Can the king run? So queen b1, king g2. There is queen e4 though.
Yeah, queen e4.
That's a good saving move. But Will's got no time.
And once again, time being the issue here, going into the last game of the match.
Oh, but maybe it's just not enough time. He's gonna get flagged either way. I mean,
G6 once again seems like a logical move. Check king here. Is there a mate? My goodness, it's so close, but so close is not mate.
Queen H4, King G6, Queen F. Maybe not. Maybe not.
That's unbelievable. He went for Queen G7. He pushes the pawn check. He's running for the hills. He's trying to bring the king around this way.
Ooh, I like that idea. Because the bishop serves no purpose on E6.
And there's no check. Wow, there's nothing. Check.
King F6 is game over.
Oh, the bishop's hanging. Wait, there's no mate. Incredible.
Oh my God, this is ridiculous.
Incredible. Yeah, this is ridiculous. King versus king. Who's getting mated?
Bishop B5 here, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Bishop B5.
Bishop B5 Queen C6.
Because Queen D8, you can take on E6.
Yeah, takes. There was a mate on E7 if queen moved away.
Yeah, it's game over.
Yeah, it's game over. And Grafe. Wow.
It's not over, though. It's first 2.5.
That's true.
All right.
All right, we can have Josh join the Zoom. All right, guys. Before you start, actually, this will be the last game. We're gonna have Josh to come in, who is actually a co-founder of Mental Athlete, Josh Klinoff, to join the Zoom to talk to you guys briefly, and then we can start the final game. So it's just sort of a quick break that we give all the players to between the last games.
Sounds good.
Okay. One sec. We're just waiting for him to join.
She should be joining any second now,
All
and
right.
then we can talk a bit about the product of the players. Get some questions. Yeah.
Sweet. Okay, he's coming in right now. All right, Josh, you are in.
You guys hear me all right?
Yep.
Hey, Josh,
Good
how's
to
it
go.
going?
Going great. Going great. So perhaps we can talk a little bit about what the experience with mental athletes like. And I'd love to hear from you guys. Before, I'll just share a couple experiences people have relayed to me. So we have a company called Paragon Laboratory out in California. Pretty big company. They do pharmaceutical manufacturing and nutritional supplement manufacturing for about 55 years now. So the CEO of this company, who's been with the business for about 50 years, second generation, it's the 3-generation company now. He called me after they ran this on the manufacturing line, and he said, Josh, I want to tell you and Caleb, in my 50 years, I have never tried a product that's had a noticeable impact right away on my mind. Not once. But I'm going to tell you this, and you can quote me. This is silly. He used the word silly. He said, I had mind fogs, and I used to do coffee, tea, all sorts of stuff. Somehow, this product, Mental Athlete, just the mind fog goes away. And it's like within 5 minutes, 10 minutes, I can feel it working. So that's great. So when we got it out to the market, the first customer, the first person was someone we spoke to. He has a condition. We're in nutritional supplements, in case people don't know the rules, regulations, and laws around it. Unlike with pharmaceuticals, nutritional supplements are not allowed to talk about diseases or official conditions out there. So it's like we have our hands tied behind our back. We're not allowed to name conditions that we might be helpful for. But this person has a condition. It's something around focus, and he's been taking a product out there for well over a decade. He said that product helps me focus, something probably everybody's heard of, and it makes me feel like a robot, he said, for a long time now, but there's nothing else. When he tried our product, he said, my focus is just as dialed in, but I don't feel like a robot. And for me, that was crazy to hear, because this was designed to help chess players improve their game. We did not think about it for people who just have general focus opportunities or challenges, but we've heard some pretty sweeping feedback across the board from people who've tried it. I'd love to hear what you guys think, if you've had a chance to take it. William?
Sure. Yeah, first met Caleb during the World Open in Philadelphia. He was so kind as to offer me a draw in a position that was actually much better for him after outplaying me. But he gave it to me, and yeah, I mean, the next day I won both my games on the day that I took that product. So, I don't know. I think, yeah, I felt good. I felt sharp. Um, yeah, it was great results.
Mm-hmm. Heard. And so, one thing that could be helpful, and Eric, you've not tried this yet, is that right?
No, no, I haven't had a chance.
Okay, so what we've heard generally from people who've tried this, because it's a mental athlete is someone who wins with their brain, and it could be a chess player, it could be a business person, could be a student. But what we've heard is mostly now from people in the working world is they start their day, and this is for chess players and people in the working world. We've gotten a lot of both. I start my day a little bit groggy, and I'll have a coffee or something just to wake up. And then, like a few hours in, I start to feel my attention, my energy waning a bit. And then, I'll just take a little break, social media, whatever, like tune into the news. And then by 3 p.m., I've just hit like 50% of capacity. I'm nowhere near where I was starting out the day. And if I take coffee, I hit a nice peak, but I crash within an hour. So that's what we heard was like the pre situation. After they tried Mental Athlete, what we've been hearing is, and this is crazy because I've experienced this firsthand, I don't take breaks. Like maybe I'll take them, but I don't need them because I'm dialed in. I have energy, and it's a nice, steady energy through the day, which is, it's just a different game altogether that you've got to try it to realize it. So for now, that's what I want to leave you guys with. And whatever else might be helpful to cover on the program, by all means, but we'll have other scientists on, other people from the ingredients companies, and they'll be sharing different perspectives. If there are any questions out there, we can take questions as well. Whatever might be helpful. James, you're running the show. Let us know.
Thanks for having us, and thanks for being here, Josh. Of course, guys, do you have any questions, Eric or William? Anything for Josh about the product or taking it, stuff like that?
Is this a sort of daily thing, or is this something you'd take just like right before, say, a chess game?
Could be both. If you take it daily, the effect's going to be dramatically stronger because it's accretive. So every day you're taking this, you're strengthening different parts of your brains, whether it's the neurotransmitters, whether it's the phospholipids, basically whether it's the neurons and the cell membranes that are being communicated with, or the transmitters that are transmitting the communication. You're strengthening these. So there are studies that have been done on people with dementia and people who are at high risk for dementia. And what we're seeing is dramatic, and is that this can stave off mental decay for people that are at that stage. For people that are young and still have the opportunity to avoid that, this is the kind of thing that's an investment in your future. So the earlier and the more you take it, the better, the science would seem to suggest at this point. And there's over 50 years of science with the gold standard, double-blind, randomized, placebo-controlled clinical trials. Millions have been invested over and over in different trials. They're on the science page on our website. The companies behind this are some of the biggest companies in the world with the ingredients. So like if you've heard of Keurig, they're a beverage company. They make great beers and stuff like that. Their gambit into the world of nutrition and health was acquiring Kiwahako, the company that makes Cognizant. So there are big bets being placed on the ingredients in this product, but they've been over decades.
Yeah, actually, for me, guys, I mean, Eric and Grave, I've been taking this for a while now, and actually, I'm playing better. I'm noticeably playing better. I'm up to 20, 28, 2050, 2850, stuff like that, and I'm seeing better. As you know, as we know ourselves as players, I'm sharper. I noticed this. I'm much sharper. I still study the same. I study a lot on Chessable generally, but I'm just sharper. You know, so it feels. I know that's a credit to what's going into my body and into my brain with the Cognizant Sage Extra, and obviously the L-theanine too as well. Big supplement guy myself. These are ones that I use all the time now, so it's been great experience for me. Anything else, guys?
Awesome.
No, let's dig in. Let's get back to the play. Unless
Sweet.
William, anything else from your end?
No, nothing else.
Let's do it.
Awesome.
Good to have
Thanks,
you, Josh.
Thanks.
Thank you.
All right, Eric. All right, guys. You guys are good to go. I'm going to actually mute, and this is game 4. So this is the final game. Good luck to both of you guys. I'll see you on after the game.
Good luck.
All right, guys. Final game here. Let me make sure that's good, and let me see if Caleb's back. Okay. All right. Cool. We're set up, ready to go. What's up, chat? What's going on? Let me see what this opening was. This is like almost a Grand Prix. This is probably ROSSOLIMO. Wait, what kind of Sicilian was this? But he played B4. What is going on? B4. I'm laughing because this is how Grafe plays. Like, Grafe is funny. I play chess like this too, but like I would expect this. Like, so when me and Grafe play, we just like throwing weird stuff at each other, like constantly, consistently. He's like, all right, I'm gonna do this, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do this. Like, you know, we just gonna try. Like I played a game that I won. I sacked like 3 pieces, and I ended up winning the game. But he had a way that he could get out of it. And then he won a game where, you know, some gambit he played, and then I didn't accept it, which I should have, and then just got crushed. So it's like we just do this. Like we're just that kind of player. What's going on, Mr. Zinman? But Grafe here is actually in a must-win situation. I like his chances here. The reason why I say that is because he's just creating chaos. In a must-win situation, I mean, obviously you want to play true to your style, but you want imbalance and you want things to be slightly murky here. Why is he in a must-win situation? Well, first to 2.5 wins the match here. Grafe was able to win the first game as Eric actually had a mouse slip blunder to lose his game, losing a full rook there. And in the second game, it was actually quite close, quite crazy here. I feel like Grafe actually had a slightly better position, but was not able to figure it out, burned a lot of time, ended up losing that game there in a whirlwind of events. Then losing another game, but here we are. Nevertheless, here we are. Bishop b2, we can now have some trades. The dark squares are weak for Eric here, but wild position. Bishop g7 is trying to get rid of the dark square bishop. That's a great move, actually. Maybe just castles, though, from Eric. Takes. So he does take, and goes knight c6, not allowing queen f6 to happen. He wants to go knight e5, maybe 2. Knight c4 wants knight d6, but maybe d5 there. Just maybe. Maybe go queen g3. Some more dark squares where knight c4 gets quite annoying. Queen g3 does queen f6. Hits the rook. I back up. Wade Gamble. What up, dog? What up, dog? What's good, man? Welcome to the stream, bro. How you feels? Hey, yo. It's been a minute, man. How you been? You already know. Knight g4 hitting knight f6 type of threats. Chilling, bro. We here, man. We here locked in. We're here at the Mental Athlete Rapid Chess Championship. This is day 2, match number 3. Lot going on. Just when I was about to ask if Grafe goes knight g4, he goes knight g4. Yeah. What if he goes knight g? Oh, he did it already. Exactly, A-Rods. Exactly. He already did it. Is today the last day? No, we have a bunch of days. In fact, I'll show you guys the bracket really quickly here. If you want to check out the bracket, boom. Here it is. Look at that. We got a bracket. Right now we're in a round of 16. After that is the quarters, and then the semis, and then the final. We went through this matchup. This was yesterday. Luke Hoffman, Benjamin Bach. Benjamin Bach was able to win that match. Then we had Lucius Malillo versus Alexander Linderman. Linderman won that match. Now we're on match C, which is William Gray versus Eric Liu. And then match D here is Li Fong versus James Sherloff. That's one at 5 p.m. Eastern time. All right, then we got some more matches too as well. We got E. Actually, we're missing F, so we skipped over F. And then we have G, H, and J here match-wise. But we actually have more matches coming up too as well. So, Mental Athlete Chess Championship. Oh, it's just starting. Exactly. You're just making it in, man. And now, man, you know, we always take our time to shout out to our partner here. Yeah, guys, absolutely. All the players have some product. Not for you to get some product too as well. Use my code though, so you get a crazy discount. Basically getting it for just under $50. 33% off using James C3. Use my link in chat. Take care of that. And let me know how you think, man. Let me know how it works for you as we stream, etc. Let me know. Li Fong, yes sir. Li Fong's playing. It's just starting exactly. It's Queen F6 to stop casting idea here. What you mean for black? I mean for white? Queen F6 is not really good because I mean, you know, when the queens come off, then I don't need to castle really. So takes, Knight F6, King E7, like it's okay. So Gray plays Queen F4. Maybe he's going this way to stop the casting idea, as you mentioned before. Knight F6, I definitely would have been trying to play though, just to throw it in there, and then maybe come back. It's sort of a wasted move though, in a way. Grafe doing better on time in this game. Definitely has some time problems. Doing better now though. Eric Liu on the move. Eric's move here. Drinking some sparkling water here. Love sparkling water, guys. Man, carbonation on there. It's crazy. Any sparkling water fans in chat? Definitely love some sparkling. Okay, H5. He's insisting on Knight F6. Wow. Low elo idea. Knight H6 threatening a fork. Yeah. Threatening to fork or mate. Or mate, right? Or mate. Knight, I like this idea. He said, go ahead, do it. Because it's going to be hard for you to get out of there. And that's what he says. He says, cool, now when I come around this way, how are you getting out? He might have to go G4. I don't know. This might be better for black. How am I getting this knight out of here? I mean, I could go E5, but that is... Ugh. G4 is possible, but there's an E5 maybe in there. Queen F3 and take. Yeah, I guess he could get away with it. No, wait, this knight D4 idea. Yeah, he might be in trouble. This knight, I don't know how you're getting out of here. What happens if the score is tied? Well, then they have the chess box next, where William Grafe has an advantage. He was on Team USA with me. I think he got a silver medal. Actually, I got a gold medal. You know, I am a world champ out here. World champ. You know, I'm literally a world champion. So they got a chess box next. So yeah, that's how it goes. He plays G4, but I think he might be losing material. Wait, no, he has Queen G5. He's okay. Yeah, they got a chess box, bro. E5, Queen G5, King G7, and miraculously he has knight takes H5 check. He can get out. If you don't fall for my chess trap, they will fall for my left hook. Yeah, they will for your left. They will actually fall from a left hook. Yeah, it's completely normal, natural, and likely to happen. Falling from a mean left hook to the dome. Queen F3 will lose. Queen G5, we're still in the game. Will he find it? I believe he will. I believe he will. Queen F3, blunders a piece. Queen G5, he's still in the game. It's a wild game, though. Oh, he has this nasty idea. Queen G5, H takes G. And the idea here is literally Rook H5. Wow. I think he's just lost. He literally lost out of the opening here. He just messed this up. And I think Eric is just completely winning. Queen G5. Yeah, he plays it. And now H takes G, which is really strong. But the idea here is Rook H5. Because the queen is undefended. And after knight takes H5, the queen hangs. This is a really strong move. HG. Rook H5 is not an idea you're looking at. Queen's undefended. See if he finds it. H6, G4, H4. That could be, but after H4 we go en passant. And now you just gave up another pawn, you know. Knight H7, Rook takes, crash dummy rich, because the knight's defending the queen. Thanks for the freebie. Thanks for the free stuff. He takes it. That's it. This might be it. I want to see if Grafe, if there's any emotion, any head shake or anything. Yeah, he literally has nothing. The bishop's bad. The rook's bad. Your king's in the center. I mean, like, what happened? This became really bad out of nowhere. I guess he just... I understand the idea here, but maybe he should have went... Yeah, maybe queen f4 was an error. He might have should have went for something like this. But, I mean, this is over. This is GG. How many moves was this? 17 moves. Yeah, I mean, it just didn't go his way at all. Maybe you go f4. Yeah, he might go for this. f4, en passant, and then maybe h4. I mean, whatever, right? Like, who cares at this point? f4, en passant. Okay, that's not terrible. Like, it's not really over. Yeah, something like that, A-Rocks, but do it this way. Because that h-pawn is going to be gross. My goodness, what an h-pawn. If you go f4, though, well, he could take this one. No, but then I have queen takes. I'm good. So f4, en passant, h4. So I can at least try this. Rook f1 and hope for the best. Hail Mary in a way. Rook takes f3. King is here. Like, you know, this could work. This could work. This could work. If he doesn't find this, you know, it's just cleanly over. Cleanly over. There's a queen that's undefended. In fact, what they say, loose pieces lose games. Loose means undefended. That's what's going on with this queen. That's the problem here. Okay, he finds it. f4. En passant, h4. He finds it. Kind of feel like Grape has been on the ropes ever since the mouse flip in game 2. Maybe not on the ropes, but he definitely, it was weird. It was just, he has the chances though. Like he had that game where he lost, but out of the opening where he felt like he was definitely winning, you know. Black knight on c6 can't move. Is knight h7 check, knight h7 free win. What you mean back here? Oh, you mean here knight h7 is just winning? Oh, what if he takes it though? Pair. And after queen takes d8, we take it back with the knight. What if he takes it? After the knight moves, knight h7, we go king e8. Because he did move the knight. Knight h7, king e8. Or king g7, which defends the queen. Yeah, nice move, though. I see what you're saying. I am the son of God. Thanks for follow. Yeah, and he's hitting the queen once again. That might be GG. That is hitting the queen here, guys. Yeah, tough game. Tough game for Grafe here. This little maneuver was really nice. Knight d4 into e6, hitting the queen. Queen takes g4, queen takes f6, play quickly. This one's over. After pawn takes, queen takes e5, hitting the rook over here. This might just be a resignation, boys. And it's hard to do that. Sometimes you just wait and you play a few more moves and then resign. Or he might gather himself and resign here. He might try, wait. Okay, hold on. Queen takes c5, queen takes g6. And queen g7, queen g6, yeah. He went rook takes b4 here. There is a check on the back rank, but not too much to do after king maybe to e2. Rook takes h2. Dang. King e3. King headed for the running for the heels here. Well, you lose a queen in that line. No, but then he loses his too. Whoa, there's so much going on. He went rook h2 first, threatening queen a1 with a checkmating idea because you would have to block with the rook. He has to, oh, now it's just mate. Yeah, now it's mate. And he missed that one, and that's it. Maybe a resignation. He could have played queen d1 in that line. There it is. Pre-move. Queen takes b1, and the game is over. All right. That's it, boys. Hold on real quick. Let me say something. Hey, GG's, guys. Good games. Thanks for playing. That is it. You can go when you like. You can also talk chess if you guys like before you leave.
Sure. This game you just completely outplayed me. I didn't really get the compensation for the pawn I was looking for. I think my pawn needed to go to f4, and then play for f5 or something like this. But yeah, after queen f4, h5 was a great move, and then I just have nothing.
Yeah, actually, like, I mean, was b4 like crap, or was it?
I know this move. I'm not sure the engine is a huge fan of it, but I know of it, and I saw you were playing fast, and I wanted to do something different.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought, like, well, I was planning to play knight c6 both games, but didn't really know what to do against the pawn sack.
Yeah, after knight b4 there, I mean, I thought for so long, and then I just played knight takes c7. I must have had you, because what I thought initially after knight b4 was queen e5, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm just gonna win. But you can go bishop takes b5, bishop takes b5, c6. And I don't have bishop takes c6, or I mean, I could. Bishop takes c6, knight takes c6, but I'm not
talking about another game
there.
Yeah, both queens are hanging.
Right. So like queen a5, and then it's like time you better. But I couldn't figure out what to do. Knight b4, I could have like just played. I think of a3, you were gonna go e6, right?
Well, could I just go knight
c2? Yeah.
King b1.
Queen a4.
Right, because I put the pawn on a3, right? So I don't have b3 anymore.
Yeah, that was a crazy line. King d1 after that, queen a4, knight c3, and then knight e3, king e1, and then knight c2, king f2, queen e4. That was crazy. I was like,
Wait,
what the heck was going on there?
Wait, so what was the best move after knight b4?
I didn't have the engine on, so like I didn't know. I was like, I don't know that was the chaos. I thought we were going into that knight c2 line, which was like nuts. I don't know what was the eval was there, but it was so much going on.
Still fine in that line, because
I guess I should have, instead of bishop e3, when your queen was on b6, if I just go directly bishop f4, do I win?
Oh yeah, I didn't think about it. Where's rook c8?
c8. Or then there's bishop c7, rook c7, knight d6.
Oh my goodness, that's gross. You got a lot there. And then knight f7 there.
Well,
Yeah.
That's kind of gross.
bishop e3. Yeah, so after knight b4, if I castled long, were you just going to take on b5?
Yeah, probably.
What did you have on queen b6, a4, Eric? A4 was strong. Threatening a5. Bishop d2, queen b6, a4.
a4.
Wait, with the bishop on c1 still?
Bishop on d2.
Oh, so after knight b4?
Yeah. Oh wait, no, he didn't go. He went knight b4. I was thinking queen b6. I'm sorry.
No,
yeah, he went knight b4. Yeah. And then queen c4 didn't work. Yeah. And queen e4. What was on queen e4, guys?
Then bishop e5.
Oh, bishop e5, right? Yeah, bishop e5 takes. Yeah, everything trades out.
Bishop b5, queen b7.
Yeah, that was such an insane line. Yeah.
Yeah, I got a video on this. I mean, typically it comes out of just a regular Scandi.
Right.
But it's the Marshall Gambit. Frank Marshall. Well, I named it as such because Frank Marshall played it like twice.
Oh.
But then for some reason nobody's like ever played it since.
That's crazy. That was nice.
I made a video on this line.
A lot of conversation there.
Actually, so what's Black supposed to do after queen e2?
You know, I don't even remember. I have to check my own video. It's from like a couple of years ago. This was not one that was top of mind for me.
We streaming right now. Gambit Man on YouTube, chat. Gambit Man.
It's a good question. Let me check. Oh, so I know it's in. Okay, wait. Here, let me just ping the video. I got a Lichess study on it too. It's in a video of another Marshall Gambit, which is even more crazy. This was just kind of like a ode to Frank Marshall sort of video. I cover a lot of things that I call the Marshall Gambit, but okay. Here, you can open up this Lichess study with me. E5 is the best move instead of bishop g4, but I have bishop g4 as the main line. F3.
Quite tempting.
Bishop d7. Oh, I was supposed to go bishop e3 instead of knight b5. That was it. So, yeah, I don't even have knight b5 as the move there in the way you played it.
Actually, like, for some reason, I totally missed knight b5, so I kind of got lucky there.
Right. No, it's a very confusing sort of idea that somehow this is the main idea.
Yeah.
No, but the focus on that one is, yeah. Here, I mean, I can share my screen right now. Oh, sharing is not turned on. Just like the first chapter there, or sorry, the third chapter.
Third shot.
Focus of the Lichess study.
Oh, e4 there.
Have you seen this E4?
No, I don't play this with either side, so.
Oh, neither do I. But I just like covering lines like this.
Yeah, we talked a long time about these files.
Yeah. This is just all, like, literally, this is just everything I call the Marshall Gambit, just in honor of Frank Marshall. Like, he played various gambits out of various lines here. So, but this is one of them. E4 here takes, and it's like extremely poisonous because you give both your center pawns right after queen b3, and then the best move is crazy, but because the best move for black after queen b3 is knight to f6, which is just already insane to know, right? And then the best move there for white is knight f3, if I recall correctly, or taken knight f3.
Knight f3 is definitely quite a move.
But yeah. Yeah, taking the knight f3. Anyway, but so I tried to play some of my gambits against you, but you played very, very well. You had a very excellent
I tried to avoid like your gambits, so that's why I went knight f3 as white both times.
Right. That's so funny that you wanted to avoid them even with potentially the benefit of preparation.
Well, I mean, you have more experience in them, I guess, so.
No, that's totally fair. I wouldn't want to play against my gambits either.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw like in Blitz you play like e4, e5, knight f3, bishop c5, but
Oh,
I didn't really think you were gonna play that against me.
You thought wrong. It's a good thing you didn't give me a chance.
Oh man,
yeah.
awesome.
That game also with the king walk at the end.
Oh, the obstacle.
Yeah, that was also extraordinarily well done by you, because I thought going in right after we traded rooks, I'm like, this position has to be very good for me.
Yeah,
I mean, like you had weaknesses on e3, on a2.
Mm-hmm.
I think you spent too much time in the middle game. Cause
Yeah, you're right. You're definitely right. But yeah, your king walk was very, very well done. I mean, my bishop was dead. I didn't know what to do about it there. I mean, yeah, I didn't have enough time.
Yeah, I think when it did you see 94 there? Like the tactic?
No, I didn't. I completely missed it. Yeah.
Cause that was the whole point, and then I think it's kind of tough.
Right. So d5 must have been wrong on my part.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought instead of d5, bishop f6.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Natural.
And then I thought I'm worse there, but
You just have to chill and wait. It's hard to move.
Maybe you take the knight and play 3. I don't even know.
I mean that's you have the bishop here.
Yeah, no, I mean this has to be good for me. But yeah, no, I completely missed 94 was really well done. And the king walk was executed really well.
Oh yeah, that was.
Yeah. James, are we still on the stream?
Yeah, we are. We're just chatting, chilling. You know, it's all good. Yeah, we all heard. They all heard that. It's good. Good. They like to hear that. They like to hear that conversation.
I
So
didn't even know we were on stream.
we are, in fact, and we will have a stream with
What's
William
up?
Grape debriefing chess boxing and watching film soon. So we'll get together
Oh,
on
I'm
that.
excited
Greg.
for that.
Absolutely,
for
talk
that.
some gambits too as well. So Eric, congratulations to you. Thanks for playing
Yeah,
both of you
congrats,
guys.
Eric. Really well played.
Absolutely, and then we'll see you guys on the next one. There's matches coming up too. There's another match if you want to obviously watch. That'll be 5 p.m. Eastern time, which will be Li Fong Hua versus James Sherlock. So they'll be matching up next. So thanks for playing, both of you guys. You guys are good to go.
We appreciate it. Thanks for having us.
See ya. All right, guys, they are gone. So we have Eric Liu moving on to the quarterfinals there. In the meantime, guys, this is the bracket. Boom. Oh, sorry, that's the first string. So here is the bracket. There it is. So play a round of 16 as we're starting to get more people fill into the quarterfinal spots there. And at the quarterfinals, we have the semis and then the final. We already went through a few matchups here. Benjamin Bach made it through against Luke Hoffman. We had Alexander Lindemann make it through against Lucius Malillo. And then the matchup we just seen here was a close one, actually, too, with William Grape. Going back and forth here and there. Eric Liu was able to finish off and finish the job and make it through to the quarterfinals. And then our next match and last one of the day will be Li Fong Hua, FIDE Master, versus FIDE Master James Sherlock here at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Make sure you guys are here for that one. And in the meantime, before we get out of here, we also have to say again, guys, go and get your mental athlete there. Boom. Try it. Get it. Stay locked in. Sharpen your focus, especially using the key ingredients of Sage Extra and L-theanine in it. We're going to post this on YouTube too as well. If you're watching from YouTube, make sure you subscribe and use James C3 for 33% off your order, aka getting basically right under $50 from 70. So get you some discounts there for sure. Going back to you in chat, Crash Dummy Rich. We didn't get an answer yet, but I would just give it a shot. I think it should actually do it. But to give you that discount. But also come back to it later too as well, because we'll have 5 p.m. Eastern time. We'll back on stream doing our thing. So good to be here. Thanks guys for being here. Thanks for the follow, subscriptions, and all other stuff too as well. And shout out to you guys for placing your orders. So is it first time code or monthly? That's a good question. I would just use the code here, James C3. I think it should be. You should be locked in though. Should be locked in for that. Like be locked in at that price, because that's what you used. But I will know more when we get back on. Not for every purchase. It should be one time. I think one time Toy Attacker if it's like not a subscription. You know what I mean? So Crash Dummy, thanks bro. Thanks for being here. But yes, I would just get it now, Toy Attacker, because you never know. There it is, James C3. Click the link in chat. All right, guys. We'll see you guys very soon in a few hours. Take a quick lunch break, whatever you need. We'll be back in a few hours here, 5 p.m. Eastern time for the next match. I'll see you in a few.